With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series heads off right here in the Irish Hills of Michigan. That's right, Michigan International Speedway back on tap for you here tonight for the second night in a row with Swift Motorsports. These Performance Truck Series drivers going to begin their quest of season number 3, trying to chase down the championship here in season number 3. We'll have to see who's got the quickest time out there, who can get the job done. Open qualifying here tonight. Drivers able to go out and make multiple runs. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Dave in the Cave with all the calls from trackside here tonight. We'll go ahead and get rid of that race information for you. There you have it. 67 degrees air temperature, 71 out there on the track surface. So drivers do have some grip as we go high above the track here. Tell you what, why don't we go up to the Turn 3 blimp cam? Check that out. That's a beautiful sight. This 2 mile, kind of a jelly bean, D-shaped oval, if you will, right here in Brooklyn, Michigan. Going to put on a fine show for the second night in a row. Looks like right now the 9 of David Medina Sr. Quick time here in qualifying. Medina with a 39.26. It looks like he very well may walk away with the pole position here tonight. Just a few seconds remaining, just about 30 seconds to be exact remaining before we will run down who walked away with that pole position. We'll throw that information up real quick. There you see it, final few seconds clicking off the clock, and it looks like nobody's going to take the quick time away from Medina here tonight, 39.26. And as qualifying does come to a close, we're going to head down trackside for your national anthem, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Backtrack side as the field makes their way through final pre-race inspection, waiting for a few more drivers to trickle on to the starting grid. Do want to take a moment to mention last year's season champion right here in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, Todd Cray, moving on. He's going to jump up to the Xfinity class this year. He's going to run the Xfinity Series, go for that championship. So unfortunately, not going to see Todd Cray out there on track tonight, walking away with 9 race wins in the championship last year. We'll see if anybody can top those numbers this season here in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, right here each and every Tuesday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And well, Looks like drivers slowly beginning to get their way on to their starting spots. I do believe we have 20 drivers out there with a time lap in qualifying, so it looks like the field is going to be down to just 20 drivers as the final few trickle on in. They get themselves to pit road. Get themselves also lined up in their starting positions here tonight. And you can hear that familiar sound in the background. Bells tolling. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial. Well, it's pretty official. It's already said and done. It's in the books. Your starting lineup for tonight's race number 1 here at Michigan International Speedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. League and Series newcomer here in the trucks, David Medina Sr. Gonna put that 9 top of the speed charts in qualifying. He goes quick time 39.26 for Medina. He'll have that pole position. Lining up just to his outside, the 28 of Ron Schutte. Inside row number 2 here tonight, the 07 of Brian Jablowski. Adam Pettit right there to his outside in that 4th starting position here inside row number 3. The 34 driver out of New York, Jeffrey Green. Kevin Haas in the 88 will line up just to his outside, row number 4. The 5 of Lee Staples making his return to the Truck Series. He'll start in the 7th position, 8th starting spot here tonight. The 12 of Robert Green. 9th starting position here tonight, the 7 of Tommy Holton. Rounding out your top 10, the 97 Florida native, Sean Crozier. David Cameron, Colby Crow gonna make up row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight, Vadim Kosadoy in the 15 machine, followed by, you seen him around on Facebook, you know the name, the 24 of Jeff Glockner. Row number 8 here tonight, the 62 of Stephen Ayers Jr. Lined up just to his outside, the 86 of Alan Young. 17th starting position here tonight, the 51 of John McMillan Sr. Mac. Back-to-back nights on the track. Can he do a little bit better than he did last night? We'll have to wait to see. John Herzik right there in the 22 machine. He's in the 18th starting spot. Looks like Christopher Confer and Gary Wells round out of the field. There you can see Jeff Snyder and Don Kidder also here tonight. Big shout out though to Wells and Kidder up in race control, keeping everything straight out there on the track tonight. And that is your starting lineup here for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Motorsports Truck Series. We will rejoin the race leader at the front of the field behind this Chevy Silverado pace truck as drivers make their way down the backstretch for the first time here in season number 3. Who's going to assert themselves early? Who is going to try to set the bar here? Last night, we had Jason Branch claiming the win after a hot run by a rookie, John Peel, doing well last night until the late goings. Will we see a familiar face win this one, or will we have a newcomer once again at the end? Pole sitter, newcomer David Medina brings the field to the restart line, waiting for it, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. The 9 of Medina gets up through the gears. Everybody well and clear right behind him. No problems, no harm, no foul for anybody. Too wide all the way back through this field. Going to take a step back, take a look at the track just for a moment, side by side. Adam Pettit and Brian Jablowski back there for the 3rd position on track. More drivers mixing it up to almost 3 wide through the middle of this field. Look at that. That's Tommy Holt, Colby Crow, and David Cameron all side by side with each other as Medina, well, he's going to get himself through 3 and 4. He will lead this first lap. Truck drivers coming right into your screen. There you can see your pole sitter. David Medina still trying to keep that top spot. He's got a hard charging Ron Schutte right to his inside the 28 with a good run off of 2. Not going to be able to get there just yet. He'll slot back in behind that 9 as they enter turn 3. Still packed up with each other in this battle for that top 2 spots. That has brought Adam Pettit, who has stepped away in the 58 Ford Mustang. He has left the field behind. He joins this battle. He's going to take that 2nd spot away. Side by side now, the 58 battles for that top spot, battles for the race lead. Drag race into turn 3. Drag race into 3. Schutte going to drop to the bottom. He's going to help the cause of that inside lane, and both of those truck drivers going to motor right around the 9. Medina going to lose 2 spots in one corner. New race leader for the first time here this season. Another newcomer, Adam Pettit. Still side-by-side battle. I believe that is Lee Staples stuck in the high lane right there in that 5 machine. He's got Kevin Haas. Whoa, big move by the 7 of Tommy Holt. He drops the elevator, goes to the bottom. He's looking for more, looking to the inside of the 88 of Kevin Haas now. That 88 Menards machine going up to the top of the track. He's going to lose just a little bit of time here. He's going to battle back, though. Haas with a good run out of 4. That's going to keep him in the mix for the time being. We'll watch this battle unfold as they head back into turn 1, side by side again. Very close racing action back here for the last spot inside your top 5. Top 4 drivers on track already, nose to tail, single file. There you can see Kevin Haas. He's able to get by. He's going to try to step away as we've got 2 and 3 wide right behind him. Tommy Holt, Alan Young, Vadim Kosadoi right there as well. That 15 Toyota Tundra, it looks like it's got some power underneath the hood. Driving where he wants to right now. 15 to the high side. He looks to take a spot away going down the backstretch. A lot of great battles all over the track, so we'll jump around the speedway just a little bit back here with the 7, the 10, and the 97. That is a 3-truck battle on the track right now. David Cameron, Colby Crow, and I believe the 24 of Jeff Glockner not very far off behind him. Glockner up 3 spots where he started tonight's race, now running just outside of your top 10, right in that 11th position. Keeping our eye on Alan Young off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. There you can see that familiar 86 machine. Last driver listed inside of the top 5. And look at Lee Staples. Staples drops it to the bottom going into turn 3. He's looking for 3rd. Looking for 3rd, still looking for 3rd. He's going to grab it. Medina dropping like a rock now, down 3 spots into the 4th position. And there is a ton of truck drivers now packed back up. The entire field has pretty much made their way back on the scene, back all over each other and looking for more. Here comes Lee Staples to the inside of Ron Schutte. I apologize. That was the 86 I seen going around on the outside. I thought that was the 5 making another pass, trying to make another pass. There you can see that Serve Pro 28 of Ron Schutte still sitting in that 2nd position, still hounding Adam Pettit. And we've got a ton of truck drivers right here up in the mix now. Your top 10 all within 1 second of each other right now, so that just lets you know you can't make a mistake. You can't miss up, have a bobble, because you're going to lose a ton of track time. Momentum is key and is king. Looks like Shooty having a little bit of troubles. Electrical issues out there for the 28 of Shooty. Now you see him, now you don't. Magic Man on the track. Can he have the magic in hand at the end of the 105 lap official race distance here tonight in the season opener, race number 1 here in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Back across the stripe to begin lap number 10, still side by side. Lee Staples looking for that top spot. He's brought the 86 of Alan Young. We're side by side for your top 4 spots on the track, halfway down the backstretch. Long train of cars and another 2-car battle. I believe that is between Stephen Ayers Jr. and Colby Crow. We'll go back, take a look at that battle if it continues to persist, as these drivers make their way back off of turn number 4, back to across the stripe, still side by side for your top 2 rows. Side by side now for your top 3 rows, and the 58's going to drop to the bottom. He's going to cut across the nose of Staples. He's tired of running side by side. He's going to leave Staples and Shooty to battle it out for the second position. Where does that 86 of Alan Young go? He has been glued to the tail end of the 5 truck pretty much all race. I know it's only been 11 laps, but he has been right there with him. He's going to drop to the bottom in 3 and 4, head right back to the top, I do believe. No, going to stay with him there, give him a little draft help through this tri-oval as drivers mixing it up, getting upwards of 185 miles an hour, almost 190 going into these corners. And I tell you what, while we've got a chance, why don't we run down some of these beautiful camera shots here, go back in the pack, ride with Kevin Haas. There you can see that Ford F-150 powering down the backstretch and into turn number 3. A lot of great camera shots here all over this track as we now look inside of that 88 machine. A few of these drivers having those onboard camera shots for us tonight. I do believe we've got another one for you on board with that 5 of Lee Staples. There you go, a look over the top at the step tire. Sponsored number 5 Chevy Silverado running in third. We've got a Ford, Toyota, and Chevy all in line. Then we've got another Chevy, 2 Toyotas, 2 Fords, and another Toyota. So being in a Chevy, you're kind of lonely up there inside of the top 10 right now, but still a very long way to go. Coming to take lap number 14 out of the 105 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Jump around the track to a couple different battles here. Going to keep with this 7 of Tommy Holt. Kevin Haas just behind him. He's fallen off pace just a little bit, about a half a second, 0.3 of a second to be exact. Tommy Holt has to go to get to David Medina Sr., your pole sitter, who has dropped like a rock now, down 5 positions outside of your top 5, running in the 6th spot after walking away with the pole position here tonight. So Medina Sr. struggling late in the run. I say late, but we're about halfway through a green flag run here tonight. And, well, I know it's early to talk about race fans, but what are the odds these drivers on track here tonight can duplicate, can replicate what went down on track last night in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers Eye Racing Paints Arca Menard Series flag to flag, green flag race, and it was clean and green all night long. So far, clean and green here tonight, but we've got quite a ways to go, right at about 90 laps left for these drivers. I do believe that's 90, maybe 80. You guys know I can't count. And how about this? I do want to mention this. We're 16 laps into tonight's official race, and Adam Pettit, look at that. He has still got Ron Schutte all over his tail end. These top two trucks have not really stepped away. They have a little bit of a gap, about a 4 truck length gap back to that 86 of Alan Young, but it is still just over a half a second, and I mean just over a half a second separating Schutte from Young. So a good run, and those drivers will be right there mixing it up once again. And oh, looks like Vadim Kosadoy, he's going to go to pit road in the 15 truck. What happened there? Could we see maybe drivers already playing that fuel strategy, seeing the way and seeing the feel of this race and feeling that it may very well just go long green flag runs very early to make that gamble to short pit this short, but we'll have to wait and see as Kosadoy does get into his box. We'll keep an eye on that one, see how that one runs out. And down and away, it does look like a regular scheduled pit stop, just 14.8 seconds stopped in the box. So Kosadoy coming to pit road very early. I mean, that is super, super early. But he is going to have about 16 lap fresher tires. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. David Medina Sr. making some headway back inside of the top 5. He's back into the 4th position, just getting by Lee Staples. So was Medina playing possum a little bit here in the early going, not wanting to race too hard, not wanting to mess up those tires too much and give himself a shot at leading going into green flag pit stops. We'll jump back on the track here. Tommy Holt in the 7 Ford F-150 trying to hold off Kevin Haas. Stephen Ayers Jr. making his way up towards the front of the field in that 62 Toyota Tundra. Sponsor on the side of that thing, Ayers High Racing Paints. Check out that beauty going down the backstretch and into turn number 3 once again. Stephen Ayers Jr. running in 8th. David Cameron in a side-by-side battle with the 24 truck of Jeff Glockner. They're going to sort things out by the time they work their way off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. But now the 24 having to deal with Sean Kozer coming in that 97 Ford F-150. He's back there. He's got Jablonski and Green right behind him. We've got more drivers to pit road. Look at all of these drivers coming to pit road. Alan Young going to take over the race. Oh, and the 7 goes around. The 7 with some trouble. Tommy Holt goes around and has contact. See if we can't catch that one. Man, that was a tough go. Let's see. Let's take a look at the replay with, well, it says we're on Jeff Glockner, but that is indeed Tommy Holt going into that inside wall. Looks like we've had a little issue on the replay, but there you can see Tommy Holt. Tough trouble here tonight after a mistake getting to pit road. Lee Staples brings another. Oh my gosh, look at Lee gaining on pit road. Man, that was sketchy close. Woo. Talk about nerves of steel. How about this man right here, Adam Pettit? Stopped back on lap 22 laps ago, and he looks like he very well may take over the lead of this race. But look at the man right behind him. Do want to mention him, Vadim Kosadoy. He was way back outside of your top 10 in about the 12th position when he decided to come to pit road back on lap number 16. So he had much fresher tires for right around 4 or 5 laps, and it looks like most of the field said, no, sir, you're not going to gain that much on us. But look at this. These two drivers absolutely have gained a ton. There you can see Lee Staples, Alan Young, they're making their way up to speed off of pit road, going to rejoin the track on the backstretch, going to be over 2 seconds behind Your race leader, Adam Pettit, now has a half a second advantage over Vadim Kosadoy. So these two drivers look to set the bar here as we continue green flag racing right here from Michigan International Speedway. Two trucks break away at the front of this field. Two trucks lined up just behind him. Lee Staples, Alan Young. You can see these two men right here. There they are making their way through 1 and 2. Staples and Young with matching pit times right there, but Staples pushing the envelope. He's 0.4 of a second faster, getting on and off pit road total time, making up a little bit of ground here. Coming to pit road, driver running back there in the 5th position, all alone, kind of in no man's land right now. Doesn't have enough to get the draft in front and has a clear track right behind him, about a half a straightaway distance back to Stephen Ayers Jr., who made up some great time. Picked up a handful of positions after that green flag pit stop. Stephen Ayers Jr. now runs in 7th. And well, as the drivers are close enough to the quarter of the way through tonight's race, we'll go ahead and run down things here from the production booth, do a little house cleaning for you. Looks like we indeed had 20 drivers take to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got all 20 drivers out there on track with just 19 now on the lead lap. Colby Crow, after the green flag pit stop, he'll fall back off of the pace. He'll fall back 1 lap down. Colby Crow in the 20 machine listed as the first driver 1 lap down. And Stephen Ayers Jr. coming to pit road again already. We'll have to keep our eye on that one. I don't believe there was any contact. Looking over at everybody else here in the production booth, seeing if they've got anything out there to bring us, to let us know about that one. Stephen Ayers Jr. looked like he had no troubles, and all of a sudden coming to pit road, so we very well may see the first extended stay onto pit road. Gonna stick with this 3-truck battle for the time being. We've got the 86 of Alan Young just in front of your pole sitter, David Medina Sr. Jeff Glockner not far off of that 9. Alan Young and Lee Staples leads this 3-truck pack. It's a 2-car breakaway behind them between Glockner and Haas. With a 2-truck breakaway at the front of this field, Adam Pettit, Vadim Kosadoy getting the job done here tonight. And it looks like Stephen Ayers Jr. did fall victim to some trouble. He was into the outside wall. That's going to put him on pit road for an extended stay. So now Stephen Ayers Jr. joins Colby Crow down 1 lap, but he's going to fall multiple laps down as he continues to try to beat and bang on that machine. And what happened to Ron Schutte? Ron Schutte comes to pit road. He is down in his box. Already stopped. Hood is up there, looking under the hood. He's going to be here for quite a while. So a driver right there battling for a top spot, battling for a race win. The 28 Toyota Tundra Serv Pro machine, piloted by Ron Schutte, has some troubles. They're going to drop the hood, let him go back out on track, but the damage is already done. He is already 2 laps down here tonight, and it is going to be an uphill climb here on out for that 28 crew. Damage control in effect. Going to jump around just a little bit back to that 2-car battle. Now we'll watch Sean Kozier for a second. Nope, back up to Lee Staples. Alan Young, David Medina Sr. right there. 3rd, 4th, 5th on the track, all within about a half a second of each other. Not much to mention up at the front of the field. Adam Pettit still leads Vadim Kosadoy. Lee Staples, Alan Young, David Medina Sr. rounds out your top 5. Jeff Glockner up 8 positions into the 6th spot. Kevin Haas, David Cameron, Christopher Codfer, and Sean Kozier round out your top 10. And it does look like Kosadoy starting to fade just a little bit from Pettit. Pettit now opening that gap up to 1.3 seconds, and it is climbing. And climbing big time right now. Kosadoy is going to be in trouble. There you can see very quickly as Lee Staples is right there. Kosadoy drops to the bottom of the track. Is he going to look for pit road already? No, not going to go to pit road. Looked like he was very slow looking for pit road. He's got that exit in sight. Look for him to come to pit road once again this time by. There you can see that's your pole sitter here tonight. David Medina Sr. dropping to the bottom of the track. He'll take that. The fourth position away. Adam Pettit still leading tonight. He is your third different race leader with 3 different lead changes here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Just past the quarter of the way through tonight's race, and if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're just casually sliding through or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We do appreciate all of you, and we do appreciate each and every one of you sponsors out there, whether you're a league sponsor, a driver sponsor, a channel sponsor, or you just sponsor all kinds of things. We do appreciate you stopping by. And oh, look at Kosadoy having some trouble getting to pit road, loose on the apron as he brings it down pit road. Back to your race leader, this man right here. He has set sail in his 58 Ford F-150. Adam Pettit enjoys a 1.7, make that a 1.8 second advantage over Lee Staples. Gonna look around the track, see what kind of battles we got out there. Why don't we take a look no further than second, third, fourth on the track. Alan Young all over the rear deck lid of Lee Staples right now. And I tell you what, why don't we go on board here? Cockpit camera being brought to you here tonight by the Turn 3 Racing Network and this 86 crew of Alan Young. We do appreciate the entire crew working with us to get some of the cameras we're going to bring to you here all night long on some of these cars. Some of the crew chiefs allowing overhead, looking over the hood. Some of them got a few nose cams and some gearbox cams out there, as well as onboard cameras, gyro cameras. We've got blimp cams. We've got drone cams here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. Big tip of the cap to everybody back in the Turn 3 headquarters, doing a lot of work behind the scenes, bringing you all the great shots from the track here tonight. We'll continue to watch Alan Young trying to make his way up and around Lee Staples. It's not going to work for the time being, so why don't we go back to this little battle that's raging on. Skipped one battle to go back here to this 3-truck battle. Christopher Confer, Sean Kozier, all right there with each other. John McMillan Sr., he's just over a half a second back in the 51 machine. Can Big Mac finish strong here tonight inside the top 5, once again running now in the 10th position. Hot and heavy battle right here between David Cameron, Christopher Confer, and Sean Kozier. That is, I believe, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Yes, it is on the track. They're trying to sort things out right here, but trying to sort things out a little bit further up through the field. We'll go take a look at this battle that's still raging on. The 88 of Kevin Haas. He's got himself about 4 seconds to make up on David Medina Sr., but Jeff Glockner in the 24 machine, he's beginning to reel him in. He's beginning to close in just slightly on that 88 for the time being. Vadim Kosadoy listed as the first driver off of the lead lap, and there you can see right now that 15 Toyota Tundra down to the bottom. He's going to go ahead and make his way by Glockner and set his sights on getting around that 88 of Kevin Haas. That will put him in a very good situation to possibly unlap himself before these drivers head to pit road. And as that battle goes away, we'll go back to this battle. Still raging on, still pushing that 5 is the 86 of Alan Young. And I do believe we have a little closer camera. We're going to bring you some action looking right back from the rear bumper of Lee Staples. There you can see that 86 of Alan Young closing. Not going to get there by the time they get to turn number 3. But watch this run out of 4, folks. There you can see him right there, just slowly gaining the entire front stretch. That's what the draft does. 86 right in your living room. A look back over the rear deck lid now of Lee Staples, looking at Alan Young as Young continues to try to make that pass. That's going to allow David Medina to make up some ground. Medina was just over a second back a handful of laps ago, and now that 9 Toyota Tundra seems to have found a little bit of pace. He has closed the distance now under a half a second back from the 86 of Alan Young. We'll jump around the track just a little bit from time to time. Alan Young still in that 3rd position, trying to take the spot away from Lee Staples. That 5 truck has been running strong all race long. He's up 5 spots from where he started tonight's race back in the 7th spot. He's now inside the podium position, up there in the 2nd spot. When will these front runners come to pit road? Because Vadim Kosadoy, he came to pit road almost 10 laps ago. So these drivers losing a ton of time right now to Kosadoy, but Kosadoy is going to give up quite a bit when he elects to come to pit road. Your race leader, Adam Pettit, he's had enough. He brings the 58 to pit road. That will put Lee Staples at the front of this field. Staples going to be our 4th different race leader with just 4 lead changes. Most of these lead changes have been under the green flag pit stop conditions, but after that first green flag pit stop, that 58 Ford F-150 of Adam Pettit, he just checked out. He had almost a 2-second advantage at one point in time, as pit road is a very, very busy place. We'll take a look down pit lane one time. Look at all of those trucks already in their box, work being done. More coming to pit road, more leaving. Pit road is on fire. Going to jump back out on track, working his way off of turn number 2. Vadim Kosadoy was on pit road way long time ago. Almost 10 laps ago, race fans. Will that be enough of an undercut to gain some spots here? It doesn't look like he was able to gain any on this man right here. Adam Pettit still with that 1.7 second race advantage as he continues to get up to speed, but he's now up to speed. Kosadoy also up to speed. So even with that 10 lap fresher tires for quite some time, it has come back to haunt Kosadoy. He is not going to take that top spot away. He's going to slot in, I believe, 2nd, no 3rd, as Lee Staples with a great stop. He comes out of pit road in the 2nd position. He'll look to try to separate himself from that 15 and try to run down your race leader, Adam Pettit. Under the green flag pit cycle, John McMillan Sr. gonna lead a lap, so that's gonna give us 5 different race leaders with just 5 lead changes. Now make that 6 lead changes as Adam Pettit goes back to the top spot after the completion of the green flag pit stops. And there you've seen some drivers with a little bit of damage here after contact with the outside wall. That right front bear the brunt of that damage. I believe that may have been the 62 of Stephen Ayers Jr. We'll check in on him here momentarily. Why don't we go back now, see if that was indeed, yes it is, that 62 Toyota Tundra piloted by Stephen Ayers Jr. has some trouble right front, all crinkled up and bent in here on lap number 45. Gonna jump back up towards the front of this field. Drivers running in 3rd, 4th, 5th on the track. There you can see Vadim Kosadoy leading this 3-car train. The 15 truck sitting in the 3rd position. Alan Young in the 86 now in 4th, rounding out your top 5. David Medina Sr., your pole sitter. He's had quite a bit of a struggle ever since about lap number 3 here tonight. He has fallen off pace and has struggled to get himself back inside those podium positions. We'll see how the rest of the night goes here as the drivers inch closer and closer to the halfway point here tonight in the season opener. That's right, race fans. Race number 1 in season number 3 here in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Sorry, mind went absolutely blank there for a moment. And for any of you that know me, you know how not surprising that actually is. Making his way back inside of the top 5 for the first time in a quite some time, David Medina Sr., your pole sitter, now sits in the 4th spot, trying to run down Alan Young. Lee Staples not too far off in front of them, but check out time for this man right here, newcomer this season, first time in the Truck Series here in Swift Motorsports, butt kicker Performance Truck Series. Adam Pettit has got the pace in that Ford F-150, the 58 out to almost a 3-second advantage. And as we do close in on the halfway point here, race fans, we are going to break for a brief commercial break, but you won't miss any of the action as we stay live right here on camera, on screen with Swift's Side by Side. trackside as promised, not missing any of the action as we stayed live side by side with your Swift side by side. A lot of great cars being displayed here tonight. Kevin Haas's 88 Menard scheme, love that truck. How about that 97 though of Sean Kozer? I do believe that is the Skull Bandit on the front end of that machine. We're going to take a closer look at that Ford Mustang. I do believe that was Sean Kozer. And oh, looks like no, we've got somebody else out there with a 97 on the side of that truck. We're going to hunt that one down. We're going to find it, I promise you, race fans. Maybe. Colby Crow, there you go. That's the man with the plan, listed as the 20 on the timing and scoring charts, but does indeed have a 97 on the side of that Skull Bandit Chevy Silverado. How about a throwback? Man, love the days of the Skull Bandit out there on track. Good to see it back out there on track, represented well here today. Well, having a little bit of a tough go at it, listed in the 17th position, down 2 laps is the driver inside of that truck. Colby Crow runs in 17th. Jeff Glockner right in front of him. Glockner knocking on the door of a top 5. He's running in the 6th spot, up 8 positions from where he started, all the way back in, all the way back in the 14th position. So Glockner sporting that BK Paints iRacingWorld.com paint scheme on the 24 Chevy Silverado, and here comes the fresh tires of Vadim Kosadoy. Kosadoy gonna get himself back through this field. He came to pit road back on lap number 49, so he does have quite a bit of fresher tires. We've seen this cycle through a few times here, playing into the hands of Kosadoy twice. Will it work for a third time here tonight? Gonna jump around the track just a little bit more. We'll jump back here as the 88. Oh no, back to this battle here. Lee Staples, what's happened? He's dropped from the 2nd spot all the way to 4th. Now Alan Young to 2nd. David Medina back into the points paying positions. Well, they all pay points, but these are the bigger points. Up there inside of the podium spots, your pole sitter making his way back towards the front. Lap number 60 out of the 105 scheduled in the official race distance now underway. Ken Medina Sr. find another 4 seconds inside of that machine. He's got quite a bit to overcome to get around to Alan Young and then catch back up to your race leader and make a pass by the end of this one. But, well, they've got themselves about 45 laps to get the job done. We'll see who's got what it takes to put their truck in victory lane for the first time here in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Tommy Holt in the 7 Ford F-150. He's going to go ahead and pull off the track, head down pit road for another round of green flag pit stops. This will be the 3rd round of green flag pit stops. And indeed, these drivers trying to do what the bar was set at last night. Flag to flag, green flag racing last night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker, Airside Racing Paints, Arca Menard Series Ken. These Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series drivers duplicated so far. They're doing their best at getting the job done. 62 laps in, and we have been clean and green all race long. The 10 of David Cameron's going to break away for pit road. Looks like he's not going to have any trouble. Race leader Adam Pettit is going to come down pit road, so the lead will change hands once again. Alan Young goes back to the top spot. A lot of drivers to pit road, the 97, the 07, the 29, the 12, the 22. Here comes Alan Young, David Medina Sr., Lee Staples. They all come to pit road. Medina making up some ground coming down pit road. He gained about a truck length and a half getting on to pit road. What does Jeff Gluckner do? He's going to stay with the trend. He's going to head down pit road. John McMillan Sr., will he take control of this race? Big time loose for the 7. Wow. Tommy Holt almost had an issue. John McMillan Sr. becomes your 6th different race leader. Our 8th different lead change here tonight. As Big Mac trying to extend the run. Adam Pettit going to make his way easily by this field. Coming off of pit road, David Medina Sr. beating Alan Young off of pit road. Lee Staples right there running in 5th. Vadim Kosadoy not necessarily getting the results that he'd wanted with that undercut. He's going to slot back in to the 6th position for the time being as we await the green flag pit stop for John McMillan Sr., your race leader here on lap 65 out of the 105 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Oh, and caution! Caution on the speedway. That changes everything. First caution of the season, first caution of the night. Brian Jablonski, he's got some trouble. The 07 with issues. Let's check the replay. And for some reason, Jeff Klockner just wants to be shown with this replay. We'll have to get that worked out somehow. There you can see that 07 struggling, no power. He's going to head to pit road. That's going to cause our first caution of the evening. As we watch, not a lot of movement down there on pit road, so we'll rejoin the race leader. Adam Pettit stepped out to over a 5-second advantage. Man, he was gone on that green flag run. And, well, this changes it all. This groups all of the drivers back together. Everybody going to have a shot at it here. So as we await to see what this field does, as most of the field was on to pit road just about 3 to 4 laps ago, we'll have to wait to see whether they come to pit road or not. But until then, let's go pay a few bills here. We'll break for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Michigan International Speedway.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
back live trackside as promised, not missing any of the green flag action as the field double file once again back behind the Chevy Silverado iRacing pace truck. Adam Pettit will lead the field back to the green flag. He'll have the 9 of David Medina just to his outside. Lee Staples, Vadim Kosadoy right there in row number 2. Alan Young, Sean Kozer at row number 3 and row number 4 for the restart. Kevin Haas and John McMillan Sr., Jeff Gluckner and Tommy Holt round out the top 10. 11th place last driver on the lead lap. Jeff Snyder as the iRacing pace truck ducks away. Field in the hands of Adam Pettit. Wait for it. Away we go. Green flag racing. The 14 spins the tires just a little bit. The 58 gonna try to scoot away like he did last time. We will see at least one round of green flag pit stops before this is all over, so drivers gotta make up what they can. They gotta get the job done now. Battling side by side, Lee Staples gonna take that second spot away. Alan Young gonna fight hard down on the inside. He's looking to take that third position away back from Medina. Not going to do so just yet. Here comes the 88 of Kevin Haas. After a long green flag run, will we see a rash of cautions? Drivers all over each other right now. Lee Staples battling hard, looking for that top spot. Does anybody have anything for that 58? He was a dominant driver, and looks like Vadim Kosadoy back to pit road already. Very early pit stop. Tommy Holt, he's going around. Caution on the speedway as Holt spins through the tri-oval. We'll take a look back here, see how it all went down. And Jeff, we do apologize. For some reason, it just wants to keep you on screen. There you see Kozier with the trouble. Take a look at it one more time here. Oh, off of the nose and around. Misses the first wall, but then not able to miss that one. Slight contact with the right front. Should be able to beat that one out in a buff out, as they say. So as we were speaking, will that caution breed more cautions? Looks like that very well may be the case, as we find ourselves under caution for the second time here tonight. So already drivers tension building as we get closer and closer to the end of this race. And I know what you're saying out there in TV land, race fans. Dave, there's at least 30-something laps left. Why do they got to go now? Well, this track, it's a very hard track to pass at. You've got to be able to get the run, either take it to the high side or duck down low and complete almost a slide job move to take a position here. Michigan International Speedway, very tough passing. It's very deceiving. The track very big, very wide open. You're not out of the gas very often here on this speedway, especially in these BUTTKICKER Performance Truck Series machines. So drivers, it's very tough to get around and pass somebody. You can run them down. It's just not as easy to get by as most people think. And yet you almost have to wait for a driver to slip up a little bit or force a mistake by driving all over the rear deck lid and the bumper of the drivers in front of you. So as we say that, and as we see drivers receiving the lucky dog, I do believe that was the 27. I do believe going by. Yeah, no, that was the 22 of John Hers. getting himself back on the lead lap. That's going to give us 10 drivers back on the lead lap here tonight. A few of them having some big time troubles down on pit road for quite some time here tonight. Jeff Gluckner, he had himself a long pit stop back when we had our first caution of the evening. David Cameron also on the pit road for quite some time. Now we have had Sean Kozer and Brian Jablonski on pit road for a very long time. Those two drivers listed back in the 16th and 18th position, multiple laps down, 2 and 5 laps down to be exact. And we have had our first retirement of the season, the first retirement of the race here tonight. Looks like the 28 of Ron Schutte has had some trouble, and he takes it behind pit wall. 28 going to be scored in the 20th and final finishing position. And with that lap led, or I should have said it about 5 to 10 laps ago, Adam Pettit going to seal the deal with the most laps led award here tonight. That 58 truck, he has been solid and cranked up all night long, running right there in the front of this field. And now that 58 has to get back up through the gearbox one more time, or at least one more time. Field back side by side. Once again, the 58 of Adam Pettit going to bring the field back to the green flag. Lee Staples just to his outside. David Medina Sr., Alan Young, third and fourth on the track. Kevin Haas, Jeff Gluckner make up row number 3. Pace car down and away on the gas. Green flag flies as Pettit nails that loud pedal, and he scoots away from the field almost a half a second already to almost 3 wide going into turn number 1. Medina gonna drop to the bottom. The 9 looks for the second position on track. Staples hugging tight. He's got help from Alan Young. They're gonna motor around on the outside. Looks like the 9's gonna lose not 1, but 2 positions after not being able to complete that pass. He's gonna have to slam the door shut on that 88, because here comes Kevin Haas with a head full of steam. Haas all over the tail end of the 9 of Medina. They're going to stay tucked in with each other. The 86 of Alan Young looking to find a way to get up there with Staples. Staples looks to the top, drops to the bottom. He's got a nose contact. Contact, the 58 saved it. Holy jeez. I don't know how he done it, but he done it. Puma on the rear deck lid of that machine, and he had cat-like reflexes for that one. My gosh, 58 completely sideways after the contact with Lee Staples. Staples going to get the best of the end of the deal, the short end of the stick going to Adam Pettit. He's going to drop all the way back to the 9th position now as Staples takes over the lead of the race. That's going to be yet another lead change. And Staples, he dropped to the bottom, and that's just a product of hard-nosed racing right there. Nothing really intentional, just sliding up the track just a little bit, just enough to catch the left rear quarter panel of that 58. And Adam Pettit, man, that is some wheelman moves right there. keeping it out of the wall, keeping it from spinning. He'll lose a ton of track time. He'll slide all the way back to the 9th position, but he's got the speed in that machine. He is running lap times faster than your race leader. So look for that 58 before the end of tonight's race. Alan Young beginning to close in some distance. Kevin Haas also hot on his trail, running into 3rd position right now. Side by side battle between Jeff Glockner and David Medina. They're going to go side by side across the stripe all the way into turn 1. From turn 1 all the way out, all the way back around to 3 and 4, back off and to the stripe. Still side by side battle in the 24 of Glockner with the 9 of Medina on the high side. Your pole sitter looking to try to break back into that top 3. Glockner not gonna fade easily. He's gonna keep it wound up on the bottom. Vadim Kosadoy, he's been there utilizing those short pits, those undercuts all night long. He's in the 6th position. Can he get himself a little further up through this field? Now battling with Jeff Glockner side by side. Side by side right here comes Medina. Stuck on the inside for the time being. Staples gonna lose the spot. Haas is gonna go to 2nd. Almost contact. 2nd and 3rd on the track. Kevin Haas almost into the 5 of Lee Staples as Alan Young gonna take control of the race. That's gonna give us our 11th. Let's make sure about that. That's right, race fans. 11 different lead changes so far here tonight amongst 6 different drivers. Alan Young looking to scoot away from the field, but Lee Staples, Kevin Haas not having any of it as they continue to battle. Under 25 laps to go. 23 remain when we cross the line. And action all over this track. Oh, and contact! Haas sliding through the... Oh, my God! How did he save it? Caution coming out, but my gosh! Kevin Haas completely sideways on the track. He was able to save it. Race officials going to throw the caution. But my God, man, what a run. What a save. Wheelman material right there. That's 2 we've seen in the past 15 laps or so. Adam Pettit going completely sideways. Kevin Haas doing it as well. What a run there by that 88 to save that truck. Mass exodus from the track to pit road as we find ourselves under caution for the third time here tonight with just 21 laps remaining. Alan Young and Vadim Kosadoy, they're going to stay out on track. And well, that might be a little precarious move. I'm not sure these two drivers going to have enough to finish the race. I think they're still going to have to make a pit stop. This is going to get pretty interesting. Drivers regaining their spots on track as it looks like Alan Young said, maybe that was a bad choice. He's going to go ahead and come down to pit road, give up that track position for the fresh tires. Vadim Kosadoy, he's betting and banking on another caution here tonight. He's going to stay out with quite a bit of laps on his tires. We'll see how it all fares out for him. Chevy, the iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck lights are out. We're set to go back. Green flag racing once again here from Michigan International Speedway in the Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan. Back through the gears, green flag flies. Once again here at Michigan International Speedway, under 20 laps now remaining, 19 to go. As Adam Pettit looks for that top spot, I don't think there's going to be much of a battle. The 58 on the high side, he's got 14 lap fresher tires. And just like that, down the backstretch, the 58 gonna motor by. Here comes Glockner looking to the inside, 3 wide into turn number 3. Glockner on the bottom, he'll take the top spot. New race leader for the 12th time here tonight. 7 different race leaders. Glockner gonna take the top spot, lead him at the line. Business just picked up. If you were gonna go get something to drink, gonna go use the restroom, I suggest you do it fast, because these drivers not playing around right here at the front of this field. Jeff Glockner with a power move. Last lap snatch that race lead. Adam Pettit now running in second. Vadim Kosadoy, after staying out on track under our third caution, he's gonna run in third. Jeff Snyder, David Medina round out your top 5. We're gonna jump trackside real quick, get a little closer to this action. What do you say? Cosinoy to pit road once again. 16 laps remain. Race leaders nose to tail down the backstretch. Jeff Glockner continues to lead Adam Pettit. Jeff Snyder right there in his Ford F-150 slotted in the third spot. We've got Chevy over 2 Fords, then a Toyota and another 2 Fords, 2 more Chevys, 1 Ford, 1 more Chevy. Boy, that's a mixed bag of manufacturers up inside the top 10. Just 1 Toyota inside the top 10. That's the only thing really to be said about that, as Glockner continues to try to shake Adam Pettit, who was the dominant truck here tonight. Walked away with the most laps led here. Nobody's going to touch him on that side of things, but with just 15 laps remaining, can Glockner keep that 24 truck out in front of this field? He's got drivers stacked up right behind him. Glockner, Pettit, Snyder, Medina, Herzig, all right there running with each other. Now looking to the inside with a run. Here comes that 58 of Pettit down into one. Drag race for the top spot. Top spot on, oh my goodness, not gonna get there. Glockner gonna keep it high, wide, and handsome. He'll motor off of turn number 2. Keep that top spot for the time being. Close battle back behind them between, I believe that is Lee Staples and John McMillan Sr. battling side by side. Tommy Holt in the 7 machine also with a good run late in the going here. Holt sitting in the 9th position, last driver on the lead lap. Man, oh man, what a run right here at the front of this field. We're going to keep it right here with all the action at the front. The 9 of David Medina, your pole sitter. He's looking for some more, but not quite having the pace inside of that 9 machine. That Toyota Tundra seems to be struggling a little bit here in the late going. 13 laps remain, 12 when they cross the line this time by. Top 5 breaking away from the field. They have themselves a 1.3 second separation over Kevin Haas, Glockner, Pettit, Medina, Snyder, and Herzig. All right there. Throw a blanket over your top 5. They're all within, I believe it is a total of right at about 0.6 of a second of each other. So there is no mistakes to be made here. You've got to be on it. You've got to be on point for the final 11 laps here from Michigan International Speedway for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Jeff Glockner, after running most of tonight's race outside of your top 10, how about him being able to keep the field at bay right here, keep the fast, dominant truck, the 58 of Adam Pettit. He has been the fastest truck all race long, but now Glockner flexing his muscles when it's time. Glockner leading the field, and maybe the overlays knew something we didn't. They've kept wanting to go and put Glockner's name on the screen during our replays. Maybe they foreseen something and we just didn't quite understand it at that point in time. But right now, with less than 10 laps to go, let's highlight your top 5 leading the field here, trying to hold off a hard-charging 58. Jeff Glockner leads this field. He'll keep the top spot across the stripe with 8 laps remaining. Driver running in second here tonight, walking away with the most laps led award for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series race number 1 in season number 3. Adam Pettit in the 58 looks to take the top spot back away. Driver running in third, mixing it up for a race lead. Your pole sitter here tonight, the 9 of David Medina Sr. They are all over each other, battling for this top spot with 7 laps remaining. Driver running in the 4th position, up 17 spots from where he started tonight's race, all the way back in the 21st position, 20th to be exact. Jeff Snyder has got his Ford F-150 looking strong. John Herzig right there in the 22 machine. He's the last driver inside of your top 5 and want to go ahead and get back to the front. Go, oh my gosh, the 58, big trouble. We'll take a look back real quick on the replay. Contact between the 9 and the 58. They both go off track. Glockner gonna slide around, take that top spot back away. Oh my gosh, it just got real. That 24 of Jeff Glockner may have been the catbird for that one, falling right into his lap. Adam Pettit with some trouble with the 9 of David Medina Sr. They're going to fall back through the field. Pettit going to be shown in the 4th position for the time being. Medina going to drop outside of the top 5 all the way to the 7th position off of turn 4. This time by Upstate Allen, the flag stand going to give him the high five to Jeff Glockner. Just 5 laps remaining here tonight for that 24 to not just win the first race here in season number 3 for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, presented to you by BUTTKICKER and Swift Motorsports, but also put down his first win altogether with Swift Motorsports. And if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and you'll get to join us week in, week out, get to talk to us in the chat. And I hear you out there, Jason. Great save. There's been a few of those great saves all race long. You can join in the chat, join in the race coverage here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. So with all that being said, race fans, once again, toss these drivers a thumbs up. Back across the stripe, 3 laps remain for the 24 of Jeff Glockner, leading Jeff Sharp. John Herzig right there making a run at the end. He's going to pick up some of the pieces that were left behind after Adam Pettit in the 58. Contact with David Medina Sr. on the backstretch. That put them both through the grass going into turn 3 and slid them all the way from those top 2 spots all the way back now to 4th in 7th on the track, and neither one of them look like they're gaining on the drivers there around, so I don't believe Pettit gonna be able to recover. Now popsicle sticks on display for your race leader. 2 laps remain. keeping an eye on your race leader, Jeff Glockner, trying to get the BK paints. iRacingWorld.com 24 Chevy Silverado to victory lane for the first time this season, for the first time ever with Swift Motorsports. 24 back across the stripe, white flag in hand, final lap for your race leader, Jeff Glockner. Jeff Snyder right behind him, John Herzig right there in third, Adam Pettit, Kevin Haas round out your top 5. Lee Staples, David Medina Sr., Tommy Holt, John McMillan Sr., and David Cameron round out your top 10. Into turn 3 for the final time here tonight. The 24 of Jeff Glockner looking to make his way off of 4, now just 1 half of a straightaway. He's got plenty of room, plenty of time, capturing the flag here tonight. Race winner in season number 3, race number 1, right here at Michigan International Speedway, goes to that man right there on screen, the 24 of Jeff Glockner. What a race, what a finish. We had tons of saves out there tonight. We had tons of great action, lap after lap. Man, what a start to this season, and I'm not sure if these drivers are going to be able to keep this up for 15 weeks. How about that, man? Debuting here tonight, Jeff Glockner getting it done. Walks away with the race win, and as these drivers begin to get their cool down laps in, begin to celebrate just a little bit, we'll show you some of the smoke show here before we step away to get ready for our post-race interviews. There you can see that 24 smoking the tires a little bit, ripping up some of the grass. What a run by Jeff Glockner and the 24 crew. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with all your post-race interviews here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. back trackside at the conclusion of one heck of a race here at Michigan International Speedway. And I tell you what, race fans, it looks like we have been able to catch up with some of the drivers finishing in those podium spots. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the driver that walked away in the third position here tonight. Driver inside of that 22 truck, John Herzig. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah, I got you, buddy, loud and clear. How you doing? How you feeling after a solid run here for the first time in Swift Motorsports?
I'm feeling great today. I had a solid run. I started in the back, worked my way up through my pitch strategy, and worked my way up to a third place finish. I'd like to really thank my sponsor, Lap Traffic. Great sponsor. Brian Jablonski's my team captain, so I wouldn't be able to finish in third place without his equipment and his sponsorship. So I thank him for that, and I look forward to the next race coming up next Tuesday.
Well, speaking of the races coming up there, John, I do apologize. Is there any tracks that kind of stick out to you as ones that are going to be the rough goes for you and the 22 crew?
Yeah, I think the super speedways I struggle on a little bit with the drafting, but I'm pretty comfortable with the tracks coming up, so I think I'm going to do pretty well in the future coming up. And I don't even know what the next track is that's coming up, but I'm pretty good at the tracks that are coming up actually. So we should be fine with the equipment we have and the sponsorship we have. We should be really good coming up. So.
All right, John. Well, again, congratulations on a great run here in your debut in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. So with all that being said, before we let you go, is there anybody else left out there that you like to send a special thanks, shout out, love you, anything like that to?
No, today's my birthday, so I want to wish myself happy birthday today. So it was a good third place finish on my birthday, and I would like to thank Swift Motorsports for doing all this and sponsoring this race and having this league put together. So thanks, Swift.
All right, John, my man. Well, you have yourself a happy birthday and enjoy this.
Yep. Thank you. Take it easy, guys.
All right, there you go. Final words from the birthday boy himself. John Herzig walks away with a podium position. He walks away, finishes in the third spot. That's going to lead us to the driver that walked away in second here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the driver inside of that 29 Ford F-150, Jeff Snyder. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Dave, I'm here.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after a solid run here, walking away with the second place?
Feeling pretty good. I was on the couch all day, recovering from my second COVID shot, and wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it, but I'm glad I did. It was a fun ride.
Well, this is going to help you feel a little bit better at racing, and in finishing well in racing is always some good therapy. At least for me it is whenever I get to step out of the booth. But I want to talk about this real quick. You gained 19 positions from where you started tonight's race, way back in the field, back of the pack basically. How was the night getting up through this pack?
Well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't get involved in any incidents. Just ran a clean race, and every one of my pit stops I nailed, so I was able to gain some spots through the pits and just avoid all the wrecks.
Well, Jeff, congratulations on a solid first run here this season, finishing in the second spot. We've got some tougher tracks coming up here in the next few weeks. What's your outlook? Is there any tracks circled on your crew's team that maybe you got to focus a little bit more on?
I just can't wait for Talladega. Talladega is always fun.
I hear you. Well, Jeff, my man, again, congratulations on the second place run. Before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, shout out to John Herzig. Great race, finishing in third. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday, buddy. Good buddy of mine. And thanks, Brian Jablonski, for all you do for our lap traffic team and getting us involved in Swift racing. It's my first ranked race with these guys, and I had a blast.
All right, Jeff. Well, again, congratulations, my man. And we'll look forward to trying to catch up with you a little later on throughout this season.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
There you go. Final words from the driver inside of that 29 truck, New York native Jeff Snyder, going to walk away with the second position here tonight. And that's going to lead us to the man himself walking away with a race win. Parked down there. I believe he's parked down there in turn 3. Not sure if that's 1 or 3, but Glockner's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing after walking away, claiming the victory in your debut race here in the Truck Series? How about that?
I was not expecting this. I thought my truck was kind of tight early on, and it just came to life. Truck came to life later on, but I was just trying to get a decent finish and keep it clean.
Now, I want to take a moment, and I'm in a way maybe insinuating a few things here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what better way than to promote a page and promote a group than having it on the hood of a race-winning vehicle? Doesn't matter what it is right there, but I can see it right there. A lot of people know your names around the iRacing community. iRacingWorld.com right there on the hood of that 24 Chevy Silverado. How good does it feel to bring this machine to victory lane?
This is incredible. This is my first league win, so I just can't believe it.
I hear you, my man. Well, heck of a job here tonight. It kind of fell right in your lap there late in the race. Congratulations on a great run all night long, walking away with the race win, your first win in your debut. So with that being said, we're going to step back for a second, hand you the mic. It's all yours.
Yeah, I was totally surprised what happened. I overshot the turn. I got tight, and I had 2 trucks pass me on the bottom, and I thought my race was over with. And first and second got together, and I just drove on by them. I was shocked.
We were a little shocked there ourselves, and but nonetheless, sometimes you got to be in the right spot at the right time. So congratulations, Jeff, walking away with a race win. Any final sponsors, friends, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, first I want to thank you for everything you do for the league on the broadcast. We all appreciate it. I want to thank Justin for letting me in the league, and I also got to put a shout out to Don. I used to race with Don years ago in another league, and I want to thank our sponsor. That's pretty much about it.
All right, my man. Well, Jeff, congratulations once again, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I got to put a shout out to BUTTKICKER. We really appreciate them sponsoring the series and Performance Motorsports.
There you go. Final parting words from Jeff Glockner after walking away with the race win in his debut here with Swift Motorsports, and looks like he's going to reset the car, so we'll go ahead and back out to a little bit more of a scenic view here tonight. And man, what a race it was. What a night. Action all over the track late in the goings, and it looks like the producers hitting those buttons. So it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results here in season number 3, round number 1 at Michigan International Speedway for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Jeff Glockner gonna walk away with a race win. Jeff Snyder gonna slot home in second, rounding out your top 3, the 22 of John Herdzik. Adam Pettit in the 58 led the most laps here tonight. He had late race contact. He'll finish in 4th. The 88 of Kevin Haas, he had one of the saves of the evening. He'll slot home in the 5th position. Lee Staples back in 6th. Dave Medina Sr., your pole sitter. Late race contact with Adam Pettit. That will relegate him back to the 7th finishing position. The 7 of Tommy Holt going to walk away in the 8th position, while the 51 of John McMillan Sr. finishes in 9th and rounds out the field on the lead lap. David Cameron in a 10, first driver 1 lap down, back in the 10th position. The 86 of Alan Young walking away in 11th. 12th spot goes to Rob Green. Christopher Confer going to bring his 61 machine home in the 13th position. Sean Kozer going to walk away in 14th. Colby Crow back in 15th. Jeffrey Green finishing tonight's race in his 34 machine back in the 16th position. The 15 of Vadim Kosadoy going to walk away in 17th. 18th spot here tonight goes to Stephen Ayers Jr. 19th on track giant Brian Jablowski rounding out the field here tonight in race number 1 at Michigan International Speedway. Ron Schutte in the 28 machine. Early trouble. He'll slot home last place here tonight. Big tip of the cap and thank you to Gary Wells as well as Don Kidder up there in race control, keeping everybody straight under cautions, getting drivers where they need to be lined up. Big time shout out to them for all they do behind the scenes. And well, race fans, with that all being said, it's time to roll up the cords for the night. We'll be back right here tomorrow night with the Breezy Acres Xfinity Series. So if you haven't already, toss these truck drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. With that being said, stay safe, stay love, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.